Start. So really, thank you everyone for joining the very last session. I really would like to thank you all for attending, all the authors, all the session chairs, because as I was saying offline a few seconds ago, I think it was difficult. You don't know. I mean, you always the technical problem are always around the corner. Actually, we experienced some little issues. I apologize for the inconvenience that we ran into. And but at the very end, I think I'm happy. There was interaction, and the very end was not that bad. I think the conference. I'm happy on how it runs. Please continue also this discussion on Slack. So if you really feel the need to have the opportunity to talk with people, try really feel free to propose on Slack to have also additional meetings next week just to talk on some specific topics. And overall, we have a good number of attendees. The tutorial were very high pitched, so thanks for joining.
Sorry, delay.
Yeah. I'm at the beginning, and I was just saying thanks from the committee, organization committee, to authors and session chairs and attendees and so on.
Okay.
So, yeah, overall, we have a good number of attendees. We had the tutorial was for sure the most successful event. Thanks also to the idea we opened actually to all PhD students for free, and so we had really. I was looking at the logs of the connection from WebEx by filtering also the people that just were connecting a few minutes. So. We overall really had more than 300 participants. At the peak, when I was connecting, I counted about 210, but really, overall, during the full tutorials, there were more than 300 people attending. So I would like to thank again the tutorial speakers and also the tutorial organizer, my colleague from Polytechnic of Turin, Michela Meo and Marco Mia, because also the idea to open is Marco's idea, and was great. I think this was really very beneficial for having a large number of attendees. Also, the conference session overall during the 4 days we ran into the technical content. We had about 120 participants. So I think this is more or less the size of our community. While planning the budget, while planning the conference, I was expecting really more or less 100 people coming to Milan, hopefully. And so we are more or less in line, even if we didn't have the opportunity to run the in-person meeting. And finally, also the workshop that we are running today were rather successful. There were about 65 participants. So also the workshop was a good satellite event. I will see if the workshop chairs also would like to repropose the workshop the next coming year. As already announced on Monday, the next year we plan to run the conference hopefully in person, and probably with also some with the opportunity to have a remote connection with people that cannot come to Milan. And we haven't set up the data. We are setting up with Mark, and the IFIP working group is contacting the TPC chair for the next year. So we know that we'll run in Milan, and we know that we'll run in November 21st. And there is also already the website run. Is the same address of this year. You just put the year, and there we will put all the information when we will have the committees, and when we set up the dates. More or less, the submission dates will be the same as this year, because will be, I don't know if will be exactly the beginning of November or will be mid-November. So more or less the deadlines will be same, apart from 1 week, I think. And so I really thank you all. Thanks also for the organization. I thank really Pete. Thanks Naresh that is has just joined again. So thanks again also for the keynote, Naresh. It was a really pleasure. All the videos will be made open because the goal is also to have in a way that the authors can have large visibility of their work, I hope. And we are also planning the opportunity to run some parallel sessions at Performance 21st of the paper of this year, because having the opportunity to meet and to have to receive other feedback or also justification for the trip for attending the conference, because I don't know, according to the rule of the administration, if you don't attend a paper, sometimes you cannot join a conference. So we also, as Sigmetric is doing, we are planning also this opportunity. This will run in a parallel session with the workshop, the tutorial, probably because the main conference will not have any other parallel things running. So really, thank you all, and yeah, I don't know, Pete, Needy, Mark, if you want to add anything, so feel free to join me in say bye to the people that are until the very end. So,
just on behalf of the IFIP working group officers and all of IFIP, want to thank Danilo for the great job that he's done. Certainly want to thank the PPC chairs for the great program and the work that they've done. But special thanks to Danilo, who has done a tremendous job. The conference had to be moved for certain reasons, and then COVID occurred, and Danilo has handled it with great, just in a phenomenal way. And so I want to thank Danilo and the program chairs, Pete and Needy and Jim Dai, who can't join us at this time. But thank you all very much.
Thanks for the nice words, Mark.
Yeah. I'd just like to add to that. Thank to Mark himself for the guidance that he gave. It's been extremely useful, but especially I would echo what Mark said about Danilo, because he put a lot more effort in. I think that the program chairs did more or less what we should, but I think Danilo was they put in exceptional extra effort and did a lot of the jobs himself when there was when it wasn't necessarily easy to delegate.
Yes.
So thank you, Danilo and Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Nidhi. I don't want to repeat everything, but I do want to echo what both Mark and Pete have said, which is that Danilo has done an excellent job of organizing this, and we relied on him really quite a lot. So I'm very grateful for all the work that Danilo has done. And I also want to thank Mark for his advice and counsel throughout the whole process. He has a wealth of information about how this is done, and it was very helpful to us. And lastly, I want to thank all of the participants. It's been great that, despite all of the different time zones, many people were able to attend and hopefully enjoy. And a lot of people have said this is more interactive in some sense than the physical conferences because of the Slack channels and other rooms for discussion. So I hope everyone had a great experience with especially the interactivity of this virtual conference. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, and to Nikki's point, I just want to say that a lot of things that we should learn from this conference, and I know other organizations are doing the same thing, that as we move on to hopefully in-person conferences, there are things like Slack channels and other things that we can continue to have, and hopefully we'll continue to include some of these features that people find useful and helpful, even when we move to the in-conference programs.
Mm.
There's just, this is Nidhi again. There's just one more thing I wanted to add. I just wanted to thank the PC members again, who did a great job of reviews, the discussion, online discussion, and also Saturday PC meeting, which again was at various times because of the time zone difference. So I want to thank all of the PC members for their efforts in creating this great program.
Yes. yeah, I think we really learn a lot, at least from my point of view. Really learn a lot in how to manage the conference, how to run the conference, and so on. And so really, thank you all, and looking really forward to meeting you the next year in Milan, I hope. And thank you. I think, yeah, I think we can close here for the very end. Nice event, I hope. And I did all my best, really, to make this as best as possible from my side. So thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.